Alrighty, so here we are back with the next little mini series in Tropico 6 where we're going through and completing all the different missions. Today we are on to Better Red Than Dead. So previously with Penultimo of the Caribbean and with Speakeasy, I had some prior experience with these missions, but Better Red Than Dead, I haven't done anything on this island or in this mission whatsoever. So I do want to go through and try and create an island that is very nice, but we're also going to first time this mission and probably the rest of the missions, honestly, just to see how well we can do. I do have some ideas of what I want to try and pull off, but I was just reading this. History books may not recall this, but this story is about a time when Tropico communists struggled against the global communists for purity of political vision and the creation of the Reddish Tropico. So we're going to, of course, be playing on the hard difficulty, and I have made some pretty successful communist islands in the past, so I'm going to try and emulate that for this mission. So let's get into it.
History is written by the victors, Presidente? And then rewritten by the next victim, and the next, and the next. But an impermanent win is still good news. Do you remember when communism ruled the world? After the World Wars, when Europe and America were consumed by chaos, one small push is all it took to create an alternate timeline. The history books do not recall this, Presidente, but I do. Good morning, Presidente. World War II is over, and I have brought you a nice omelet for breakfast. I did not make it without breaking eggs.
Cool. The Axes and allies are both exhausted, I hear. If my uncanny political timing has not deserted me, this presents a good opportunity. We could sabotage our old friends and create a power vacuum just your size. Then Tropico could rule the world. After breakfast, of course. Toast. Okay, so we need to advance to the Cold War, which is going to be pretty easy. And all we need to do is sabotage both the allies and the Axes and have a total treasury of at least 50k. Have an average overall happiness of $4,500, so pretty easy. I didn't read that correctly. An average overall happiness of, what did that say, 50 points, pretty easy to pull off. We'll allow all citizens to vote, and we'll keep this as a militia. Perfect. Confirm the changes. Now, getting into it, I do want to create a communist sort of island. We don't have a whole lot of money to be messing around with here, but we have a bank. And banks are good, but I don't think it's going to be good for our purposes, right? The minimum budget, or the minimum wage here on the bank, is $25 a month, which means that anyone working here, no matter what, they're going to make a well-off wage, which isn't that ideal. Same thing with the ministry, so let's go ahead and demolish both of these buildings. We're not going to need them. We have a customs office, which on the minimum budget does give a wage of $7 a month, so we'll go ahead and keep that. Immigration office, we don't really need this building. Mansions, of course, we're not going to need any mansions because we're not going to have any rich people to live in them. And sort of the same deal with these apartments. The clinic is the only building that is sort of on the edge here, and we will end up keeping this, but it is a bit, I'm not too sure. On the minimum budget, it's going to give a wage of $10 a month, which is right on the limit, right on the edge, but that's fine. We could get the Quacksalver work mode. Workers only require a high school education. The base wage is decreased by $6. So you can imagine a clinic where they only get paid $4 a month. But what does kind of suck is with this work mode is it decreases the service quality by 30, which is a big deal considering that there's only 45 now. So we'll probably leave this as is. We do need some sort of medical practice on the island. Restaurant, we can leave it right here. Let's look at the church. Minimum budget.
upon the size of the palace treasury.
Cool. So we have two bus stations, one bringing people out here and another one bringing people on over here. Very good to see. A cigar factory, we can go with the minimum budget there. All of our plantations, let's put them on the minimum budget. And if we go into edicts, we can find agricultural subsidies. It costs 5,000, but it's going to increase the efficiency of all of our agricultural buildings by 25 while increasing their upkeep by 50%. So, as we can see, we're only spending $37 a month per plantation. This includes paying all the workers, and we're getting a lowly efficiency of only 69% here. Let's go ahead and activate this.
It's not just a place where illiterate workers can drive oddly dangerous vehicles. It's where all of Tropico's food is grown. I checked. We could have more food for everyone, even our friends abroad if they're willing to pay, with just a little investment in economic incentives. Of course, some will complain that you're messing with the free market economy, but you can't farm eggs for omelets without breaking a few friendships.
Nice. Increases the efficiency of all of our agricultural buildings, increases the budget, right? So we were at 37, now we're up to 55, but we're getting efficiencies that are like at least decent. We're getting like 90s here now, which is all right. So we have, what is this? 5 plantations here. We have a gold mine, which is nice. We're going to want most, if not all of our buildings to have the lowest budget. That is typically how I like to set up communism in Tropico. Let's go and demolish the library as well. We don't really need it. What's the max budget here? $10 a month for a circus. I didn't know that. We'll go with the second highest budget. That's fine. Or even maybe... No, we'll get a service quality of 50. That's okay. Then we have a chapel over here. I wouldn't feel comfortable leaving it any higher than the lowest budget. 45 over there, 34 over here, so let's demolish this one. All of these, let's bump them down to the lowest budget and put them on loose load limit. So we're decreasing their budget all the way, and then we're bringing back just a little efficiency at the cost of losing stuff along the way, but that's fine. An opera house, no one's going to be able to afford that. A college, no one's going to be able to. Well, what's the lowest budget? Yeah, 12. We're not going to need college educated people anyways. Let's go with the lowest budget on the commando garrison as well. And things are looking alright. No one's going to be able to afford the cocktail bar. Alrighty. Let's go with the lowest budget on the construction office. Ignore safety. What's it called? We have 2 logging camps over here. That's nice. Let's decrease the budget on those as well. Now, what are we producing in terms of tobacco here? I'm sitting here thinking about it. We have corn, pineapple, banana. So one of each of the food crops, and then we have 2 tobacco plantations. And what I'm kind of thinking is we could build yet another mega plantation, which is something that I typically do on most of my runs in Tropico. Let's see. Yeah, I think we're just going to do it. So let's get the first plantation. Rotate it 90 degrees this way. Let's drag it up to here. How much is it to relocate? 380. That's an amount of money that I'm comfortable doing, so let's go ahead and do this. Oh no, we made the capitalist really upset. Okay, that's fine. They want us to build a fire station, which we can probably end up doing. But we're going to need a bit of time before we can go about doing that. Now I'm curious, what does this look like? So... let's do the first one here, and then let's get the second one, and I want to put it right around here. Perfect. How much to relocate this? $2,500 to relocate our cigar factory. Let's go through, quickly demolish up a bunch of roads. We don't need this many roads anyways. Now, we don't need the golf course as well. well-off people can use it, but not really anyone else. Now, if you watch an island series that I made called, I think it was A Communist Utopia, I kind of want to go through and do something very similar to that island. Now, the major thing about it is that it really only had like a couple of main roads, and then it had huge like walkways that people would walk up and down, and so that's sort of what I want to do for this island. We might only end up doing like 1 or 2, but I think it'll look really nice in the end. So we just did that. Let's relocate our cigar factory. Can it fit here? It can. Go ahead and move it over there. Perfect. For the plantation, pineapple plantation, we can move it here. That's fine. For the corn plantation, let's wait. We want to get at least one of each type of plantation. So we have corn, this, that. Let's go ahead and do the sugar plantation. A cocoa plantation. Gonna need to destroy that road. Let's destroy this road as well. Don't need it right now. We needed sugar. No, we just did sugar. We need cocoa. Let's do coffee next. These two are the tobaccos. So let's go through. Ooh, we're not really gonna have the space that I really wanted for this. I built it a little off, but it's fine. We can just continue along. Cotton. Can do that one here, honestly. Rubber. Do that one here. And now we can do the corn and the bananas. Bananas can go here, corn can go over here. So not the most efficient of islands, but it is going to be, or well, plantations, but it is going to be okay in the end. And let's drag this road down onto here and just link it all up. Okay, cool. So things are looking all right at least. We have another bit of mining plantations over here. I don't really like the way that this is all set up. It's just too far away. So I might even just demolish literally all of this stuff. Yeah, that's probably what we're going to end up doing. Oh, can we not demolish these? Yeah, we can. Let's demolish all this on up. Even go so far as to destroy. Well, we'll leave the teamster support for a little bit. Okay. Eventually we might end up expanding back over here, but we already have like one mining like area that's kind of really far away, and we could even set up coal mines here, so things are looking all right for us. We could do another gold mine there, but let's wait a little bit to see how everything's looking in the end. Don't need this road. Okay, I like it. Everything looks good. I wonder why the capitalists are so upset. It's probably because we destroyed a bunch of their buildings, I think. Yeah, probably. And then the communists are happy. So, just from like the flavor text, I kind of have a feeling that we are gonna need to make a communist island. So that'll be pretty interesting to see happen in the end. How much is it to quick build these? 750. Let's go ahead and do it. Let's quick build all of those. Going with the minimum budget, and then multiculture on all of these. So the two in the middle, the sugar and our banana, even though they're on the minimum budget, we're actually getting 112% efficiency, which is pretty good. 105 on this plantation over here. Things are looking at least alright. And you know what, we could even probably go with the second to lowest budget, so that's fine. It's not too expensive. Well, I guess yeah, it is. $30 a month per plantation is kind of a lot of money. So another thing is no one's going to be able to use these, so let's demolish those all up. And yeah, things are looking alright at least. Got a bunch of brand new jobs. So let's go ahead and set up. What I'm kind of thinking is 2 more logging camps. Let's go ahead and do that. Let's get more hands on this. And then what I want to do is let's start setting up our bunk housing. $300 per relocation, but that's okay. Let's relocate this one to here. And then let's relocate this one to here. And then let's relocate this to... Oh, we can't put it there. How's that? I guess we could put it here. Yeah, we'll go with that. Cool. And then let's go through and demolish all these parks on up. We don't really need them right now. And we just want to make sure that we have enough housing and jobs for everyone eventually. So it's going to take a bit of time, but we will be able to get everything running properly pretty soon. Let's go ahead and just quick build these two. We need the jobs. Lower the budget on all of those. Cool. So yeah, the nice thing about having a very poor island like this is the fact that, let's actually pause the customs office for the time being. We're not going to be spending too much money, right? Which is really nice for us. So we just made 10k, but you might notice that every month, like on the last series, the last mission that we were doing, we're losing like, I don't know, like several thousands of dollars a month. Now let's see, we're losing almost, I think 900 a month, which is manageable. Let's see what else we can do in terms of more job sites. Let's do some ranches, I suppose. We can do a cattle ranch here. Seems adequate. Let's do another cattle ranch here. We can do yet another one here and another one there. What about sheep? We can do a sheep ranch here. And another one there. Cool. So that should be plenty of jobs for our population there. And we're going to want to relocate most, if not all, of our housing to other spots. Let's actually get this and relocate it. So what we're going to want to do is tenements, which we're going to want most of our population to live in. They're 2x3s, and the bunkhouses are 2x2s, which means that 3 bunkhouses is like the same footprint as 2 tenements. So we're going to want to build these in groups of 3s. So there's another space here for the next one. But what we're going to want to do is leave just a little bit of space, like this. So here's the 2x2 space, and this leaves us with enough room to squeeze in a road right there. So we still have a 2x2. Let's go on over here and move this. Then let's go to the bus garage. Let's leave it, I guess, on 100% efficiency. And we're going to want to place the ending bus stop. Actually, we're going to want to place the starting bus stop right here. And then the ending bus stop we will place, I suppose, here's good enough for now. Another house. This is just, you know, draining money. Let's check the wealth. We're going to want 100% of the population to be poor. That's what we're aiming for. And then we're going to make everyone communist. So it'll be a pretty cool, snazzy little island. And we're going to chill out on relocating stuff for the time being until we start actually making some good money. We're probably going to need some more Teamsters offices. Couldn't hurt. Let's build one there. Cool. Things are looking good. Another house. Let's demolish it. Because no one's going to be able to afford in them, or afford to live in them, they're just draining money from us. So let's go and demolish up any parks out here near our agricultural buildings. Do not want those. As for the cattle ranches, they still get the bonuses from the edict, which was agricultural subsidies, so we can afford to have them on the lowest budget as well. We can turn off allow local consumption on these. Sheep conveyor, that's pretty nice, but we can't really afford it currently. Wow, 11,000. That's crazy. Let's go and try and make the Axes our friend. That's who we're going to be buddying up with for this run. So let's see if there's anything that we can import. No. Now what about exports for them? Cheese, cotton, milk, rum, steel, tobacco. Nothing yet. Now we want a lot of our Teamsters offices to be really close to our population. The entire population, I want to move them around with buses and have other job sites really close, like the Teamsters, right? This one's right here, so anyone living in these houses can walk here, and then they can go and pick up the goods in a vehicle before going back and then continuing life around here. Cool. I think I will eventually demolish this circus, but we'll leave it for now. Oh, only well-off people can use the restaurant, so let's demolish that. Anyone can visit the church, that's fine. Let's see. Okay. Population, lots of unemployed people. Let's build the fire station next, I suppose. Maybe we can do it now. Might be a bit expensive. Let's just go ahead and do it so that the faction doesn't get too mad at us. Let's build that there. The customs office, I want it to sort of be opposing the grocery here, so somewhere around here, and we'll put the clinic in the middle, and then we'll build bunkhouses all along the side there. And it'll create like a bunch of parks in the middle, and eventually we'll put tenements on the side, and it'll look very nice. So even with the lowest budgets, we're still getting pretty decent numbers here. 96%, 75s, 80. What's nice about this mega plantation is it'll never drain, what's it called? It'll never drain the soil quality nearby, so that's really, really nice for us. Cool. So going with the lowest budgets, it's a way slower island than like usual. And we're going to need to try and get the happinesses up as much as possible pretty soon. We can get liberty and crime safety up. Housing. Faith, let's see what the faith building is, 45, so we want to aim for at least 50s for all of these. So it's healthcare currently. Yeah, for the time being, we might actually bump up certain buildings, like a clinic, to give us just a little bit more oomph. At least until we make it a bit further into the series. And then we can go back to lowering everything back down. So let's do a bit of relocating. We want pretty much everyone on the island to be living in like our little commune here. We could even do the clinic like this. I don't hate that. I think that actually looks kind of nice. And then I want the customs office to go as far as we can this way. How far back can we get this? Right around here, that's fine. Cool. Yeah, so we're getting 50 service quality here. Let's actually bump it up to 56. That's okay for now. Let's get the upgrade here. Well, it's giving us 55 on the lowest budget. That's good. The grocery is giving us 62. And so in terms of happinesses, food's going to be up near 62. Healthcare will be above 50. Fun will be above 50. Faith will be above 50 if we do that. So those four are all above 50. Perfect. Let's go and look at the next thing. Housing's gonna be, well, job is inevitably always gonna be low, which kind of sucks. But that's okay. Let's see what the maxed out budget here is. We could leave this here, but that means we're not generating any rent money. Here we're generating kind of a lot, so we'll leave it down for now and maybe bring it up as time comes on. So we can increase liberty and crime safety to sort of make up for our low job and housing quality happinesses. Let's lower the budget all the way here. And let's do loose load limit. That should change it here. Yes, perfect. Check in with the population again. We have a number of job sites that we need to start filling in. And ideally what I would do is get urban development here and let's start building up some bunkhouses. It's going to push us into the negative quite heavily, but it's a necessary detriment to our money. And so ideally we would turn it around and start doing them this way, but real quick what I do want to do is let's get our church and put it here, I suppose. Kind of like that. Fulfill export trade route with axes, that's fine. Oh yeah, let's put this on high priority for now. Make sure it gets done before anything else. 84 homeless families, each bunkhouse can fit, what is that, 6? No. Okay, so 6. And this means that we need kind of a lot. We need over 10. That would be 60, then 24 would be another 4. So we need 14. There's 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's do that. So this does kind of suck. We're just going to be in the negative for a while. No exports currently. Let's go into ×4 speed for the time being. Produce corn. And now we can have a fire station where we decrease the budget all the way to the minimum. Take the 5,000, that's nice. Let's see if we can get a job site up real quick. Or a couple. Let's do a fisherman's wharf, that's fine. Mines, coconut harvester maybe. Yeah, that could be a good one. Typically I won't usually build coconut harvesters, but because they won't give a well-off wage. Same thing with the fisherman's wharfs. Oh no, we don't have the funds for a road. Oh, we do, okay. But these buildings only give a poor wage, but for us that's fine because everyone's going to be poor, so it works out. And what's the minimum? Another $6 per month per bunkhouse by decreasing the budget from the minimum or the medium to the minimum. Not super duper worth, so we'll leave it as is. Cool. Checking on the population, 41 unemployed, 62 homeless families. Let's just go ahead and quick build these for the time being. And we can go with the lowest budget, of course. Lowest budget, allow local consumption. What's really nice is I believe even coconut harvesters get, yeah, they get the bonus from, what's it called? Agricultural subsidies. And I totally forgot about this. Actually, as this edict here levels up, we actually get even more than 25%. And the upkeep cost goes down a bit. So that's really, really nice for us. Now we gotta do is make sure that there's no shacks out here near our agricultural buildings. Cool. That one is fairly important. We need, what is this? Trade route? An export trade route to the Axes. Let's see if there's anything that they want. We can just sell them some cocoa, I suppose. That's fine. We're producing one of each of the crop types, so anything will do. And good, so a fire is raging, but we actually have a fire station, so that's really nice. 27k, that's really good. I kind of have a feeling it's the cigar factory keeping us running here. But let's go ahead and build up even more job sites. Can we build up a logging, or whatever this building's called? A lumber mill. Lumber mill probably would be pretty good for us. Suppose we could do it here. Yes, it's going to do that. Start producing some planks. I don't think we can build a shipyard, but that's fine. Let's go ahead and get a tannery as well, because tannery, of course, we're producing plenty of hides, so that'll be more money for us. Low rebellion threat, that really sucks. How's our Liberty doing? Liberty's not too bad, but the, what's it called? Let's build, let's build a newspaper just nearby to help staunch that. Suppose we could do it this way. I don't hate that. Let's go ahead and do that. Then let's go ahead and relocate this. Like, this is what I'm thinking. Relocate this like that. Then let's move the commando garrison. It's too close to the population. I should have done this a long time ago. That's really important to make sure that the commando garrison isn't close to your population. Because it's going to be decreasing liberty nearby. Oh, no. Boom. Good. And the reason I wanted to move these is because we can do a really cool little setup for bus garages. 1, 2, 3. Like that, and like that. Let's demolish that. And then let's try and move this one as well. Perfect. Yeah, rebel threat went down. Let's put the newspaper on the high setting, and then let's go in here and let's actually research the newspaper. Good. Nothing else that I can really think of that I want to get right now. Penal colony, child allowances, church fee, employee of the month, circus, library busker. None of this is really going to help us out ever, I don't think. In any meaningful way. The right to arms, free wheels, wealth tax. Wealth tax could be good because this is just going to give us communist standing. And like that's it. So wealth tax is always pretty good. We're not even going to have any rich or filthy rich citizens on the island, so not super duper important. Special citizens, anyone who is well off is very likely... Oh wow, what is going on with that? Oh yeah, I did increase some budgets back up, so that's probably all that is. Checking on the population. Yeah, we're starting to get pretty close to like reasonable numbers here. It'll just take a little bit more time. Low rebellion threat. Once the newspaper goes up, that should go away, hopefully forever. 0 people immigrated on the last ship. That's kind of funny. Wow, we're making lots of money, so I don't know what is going on, but it's really nice for us. Real quick, let's just go through and do... something like that. Actually, you know what? No, we're going to demolish this one. I want to only do, so I'm not sure if you knew this, but there's 2 types of bricks in the game. There's like the fancy bricks, and then there's the normal bricks. And the normal bricks are like this. They're just little square bricks, like concrete that people can walk around on. And I don't think we have any of the fancy bricks. It looks something similar to this. And so I want the entire island to just have the normal bricks, right? Ooh, you know what? Yeah, normal bricks, very nice. 2x3. I always like this park. Let's build one here. These are the fancy bricks here, but and we'll leave it. Let's do that there. You know, we can even do it on the other side as well. Then we just need some parks here. Kind of thinking like that. Cool. So now this is sort of like the whole entire idea of this island is everyone lives in a really close proximity to one another, and there's just a lot of walking to do on the island. But that's fine. Happiness is slowly starting to go up, which is good. We're probably going to need yet another clinic at some point soon. Agricultural subsidies went up again. So we're getting a plus 30% bonus, which is really nice. Let's check the tobacco efficiency. Yeah, look at those numbers are pretty good. Demolish this, demolish that. Kind of have a feeling that... Oh, there's a bunkhouse up here. Okay. Yeah, nobody's going to want to live in this because it's just so far from the population. Well, you know what? Before we run out of money, let's go ahead and do that. First off, let's demolish you. Let's demolish up all these roads. And then let's go through, set up yet another gold mine. And then let's do 2 coal mines here. Cool. Very good. Let's actually just quick build these for the time being. And we're going to go with the lowest budget, profit protocol. And we're going to need to reallocate the bus to deliver people over here. Ending bus stop right here. Starting bus stop right in the middle is probably our best bet. Perfect. So now we have a bunch of mined resources that we'll be getting on the island. Here we're getting our first lumber mill, which is really nice. We can go lowest budget, and we can change this to hasty debarking. Here we can lower this to the minimum budget, and we research this, so let's do red star. So now everyone living in our little commune is going to start becoming communist, which is really nice. Nice for us, at least. 13,000, very good. Let's do another clinic. Checking on the population, so now everyone's got jobs, and we just need a couple more houses. So let's do the housing first. 1, 2, 3. I do want to move the circus at some point. Maybe we do it now. Yeah, we can do that now. And then let's just do 2 more houses. Perfect. Then we'll squeeze in something that can go here and once we start filling this in, it'll look really nice. So maybe another grocery. Police station could work really well as well. We could throw in a couple taverns, but for that we need like a high amount of beauty, which isn't really going to happen for a while. Let's do another grocery before we run out of money. It's probably going to be in our best interest. I mean, I don't hate doing this here. Can even move it back 1 space. And then do a really cool little road like this. Cool. This is sort of like the entire outline of our little population that we're going to be having. How's our trade route doing? Cocoa. Should be pushing out cocoa, which is nice. Let's go through and check in on... Oh, you know what? We should have bought the upgrade for the fisherman's wharf so we could start producing some shellfish. That's fine though. Check in here. It's probably going to be a good idea to get down yet another Teamster's office or 2 at some point soonish. Once we make it to the Cold War, that's whenever we have access to tenements, and we're going to start demolishing all of our housing and replacing it with tenement housing, which holds a lot more people, so we can have a very dense little communist island here. Wow, look at that, 29,000. What the heck is going on? Making so much money. Let's just quick build all these then. Now we have enough housing for everyone and enough jobs for everyone. Very nice to see. Yes, perfect actually. So now let's just go through and start demolishing up a bunch of not bunks, but a bunch of these shacks, sort of in the hopes that it's going to kind of prod people to go and live in our little commune instead of closer to their job sites. Well, that should be fine. Oh, we were supposed to have, what's it called? Sabotage the allies and the axes. And I didn't do that, so... Oh wait, do we even have people working in this? Yes. Okay. Should have done that a long time ago, but doing it now is fine. We're getting 70 service quality. We can do food for the people as well. Which means that we're up to... Not that one. 80. 80 service quality on our grocery. Which means that eventually we'll have 80 food happiness. Healthcare, all we need to do is get the other clinic up and running, and hopefully that'll fix a lot of the issues there. Faith, maybe we build another church. I'm not totally sure what the best bet is for that. Let's... Oh no. We're going with this one and then the upgrade. Yeah, let's just bump this up to the second budget for now. As for the church, we could probably leave it and then maybe do another church. We don't have crazy funds like that though. Actually, we kind of do. Axis trade routes. Okay. We'll take the 2K. I want to build another church, but I don't want it to be in a spot that I think looks dumb. Let's do this here. Reason being is that I can build another church right here. And then we can fit in 1, 2, 3 bunkhouses, which is another row of tenements there. That's good. I like that. Beast and Blood visitor slots are decreased by to 5 per employee. The fee is increased. Wizards and Magic visitor slots are increased by 1. Decreases service quality by 10. Not really worth. Cool. So, relatively soon, we should start seeing some pretty good numbers and stuff. Liberty is up a bit. Crime safety is kind of chilling. What we could do is, let's first look at crime safety. Let's read this real quick. There's a global base crime safety which is affected by certain buildings like police stations that affect the crime safety nearby. Citizens are affected by the local crime safety while resting at home and at their workplace. So we need crime safety to be up near people's homes and near their work sites. So that means that we don't want any... That's just another reason to not have shacks all over the islands. They decrease crime safety nearby. In front of this little area, let's go ahead and throw in just some quick parks. That looks fine to me. And quickly, let's go through and, well, first off, let's make sure that, yeah, see, this isn't going to quite reach the entire population, which is kind of annoying. Let's go into edicts. We could get the right to arms, which would probably be a pretty good idea. Increases capitalist standing, increases industrialist, decreases militarist. But what I'm kind of thinking is we make like a religious island. And what I mean by that is if we click on politics here in the almanac, we can see there's 2 opposing ideologies on the island at all times. And then we have 4 groups of these. So you can either have capitalist or communist, religious or militarist, and people can't really be both. So we're pushing everyone away from capitalism towards communism, and likewise I think it would be a good idea to push everyone away from the militarist faction towards the religious faction. Yes. Cool. So let's go ahead and leave things as is for the time being. Maybe it would be a good idea to build another circus. Let's see what the happiness is on the island. Happiness is slowly going up though. Fun's still kind of low. Yeah, let's build another circus just for now. And we'll probably end up destroying this at some point, but that'll be alright. A funfair pier, once we have electricity. This is a really good building because it is like one of the higher buildings. Like this is, I think, the first building that we can build that'll give us 100 fun happiness for a poor population. I can't really think of anything else. Maybe the movie theater can do it as well. Theaters can actually be put on a work mode that allows like poor Tropicans to visit. And I can't really think of anything else. Let's increase the budget on the churches for now, just to help get us through to the next mission objective. 80 here. We're missing some sort of... Yeah, I think we need milk. So let's see if we can get some goat ranches down very quickly. It looks like we can do 2 here. That's fine. 2 new goat ranches. Let's Let's put this on high priority. People focus on building that up first. And we'll build it the exact same as this one, just max out the budget. Cool. So yeah, we're not losing like a lot of money every month because everything's on the lowest budgets, but we are keeping our efficiencies of everything up as high as possible. Cool. So we should eventually build yet another newspaper. Like, let's see how much money we're losing. Negative 1,300. So we're losing like a little over $1,500 a month. But, you know, the money we just made here is enough for like 10 months. So it's like, okay, that's alright. Max out the budget here, and that should be fine. Vacant jobs. We're running low on vacant housing. So it would be a good idea to start building up some more. Let's go ahead and do that very quick. I hate too many houses that are like the same color next to each other. Yellow, and then let's do a blue one here. Perfect. So this is sort of like the limits of our possible expansion for the time being. We could put a couple, like probably another entire row of bunkhouses here. Yeah, we can fit one more row of bunkhouses there. We kind of can't fit them here. We can put 2 here. Yes, we'll put 2 here. We have 3 more there. Could probably put like 2 more here. I want to throw in a park in front of this. Cool. Let's decrease the budget on that all the way. And we could do the more the better. Yeah, we'll just leave it as this. Cool. Things are looking pretty good. Oh yeah, we need more Teamsters offices post haste. Oh no.
Making stuff is good.
Set the constitution to only wealthy citizens vote, or we can produce fish. Well, let's see. How upset is the capitalist faction? They're already really upset with us because agricultural subsidies, food for the people, they don't really like us. And so what we can go and do is not do that demand for them. We don't want to make them any more upset than they are, so we'll say we're going to do this one. We'll probably never end up doing it, but we'll just say that for now. Let's go ahead and get, I'm thinking, 2 Teamsters offices here. Go into ×4 and wait a bit. Perfect. Check in on our overall happiness. It should slowly continue to keep on going up. Job quality's kind of stuck where it is. Housing's never going to go up, but that's fine. Food's up really high, which is good. Healthcare, I'm not sure why it's as low as it is. There we go, 2,000. I suppose we could build yet another clinic. Kind of want to build this one down the road a ways if we do. Let's build like a little square here. And we can do a little park like this. Actually, I hate the grass. Let's do, I suppose, this one. That's fine. Let's go and quick build that. And we'll leave this with the upgrade, and where do we put the other ones at? Screw it, let's leave them all in the middle. Just for now. How are we doing on housing? We need some more housing, so let's throw in some housing sort of wherever we can fit it. I hate to do this, but we're gonna demolish at least this circus in the future, I think. So let's go ahead and move that over and just do 3 bunkhouses there. Perfect. Cool. How many educated people do we have? We have kind of a lot, but not like too many. So we might need to hire in foreign workers for our clinics. Go ahead and do that now. Yeah, and as you can see, there is people living on the island who won't be affected by this newspaper. So ideally, honestly, we just simply relocate it. Let's go ahead and do that now. Right in the center is probably our best bet. Yeah, I like this spot. Just to guarantee that we are influencing every single person on the island. Unemployed, homeless families. There's 4 poor, but there's 11, actually 20 vacant poor housing. So, lots of options. Cool, what an island. And we're making insane amounts of money. I don't know why. What is it that we're trading away? Trading something away. It's gotta be the cigars. Literally gotta be just that. Supply local market, yacht clubs and banks, automated line. So, whoa, we just did that. So we need at least 50k, so let's let our money build up for a while. Oh, and we only needed 45 happiness. Okay, so all we need to do is wait for 50k. Level up the Prohibition Edict. We're not doing that, but we'll say we will. And now that we're here, let's go ahead and start decreasing the budget on like everything. Oh, actually, you know what? Maybe that's not a good idea. Let's at least make it like only... Let's just lower it a bit. Everything just a little bit. 55s are what I'm happy with. Invite the allies to the embassy. We're not doing that, but we'll say we will. We're gonna be friends with the Axis powers, so let's go ahead and start looking for just any trade deals that we can do with them. And we just need to save up 50k. Wow, look at that, we just made 45k. So probably on the next like run of goods, now we're up to 85 service quality on our groceries because food for the people just leveled up. And we just wait. Just a little bit longer.
The citizens are demanding elections, Presidente. It seems that they want a choice in how they are ruled. So selfish.
How selfish. Let's deliver an amazing speech. We'll say we'll make the housing better. Eventually we will, but not quite right now. We'll make the communists happy. Don't blame anyone. And don't promise anything. Perfect.
People of Tropico, it is I, your Presidente.
18k. That's good.
And that faith will be rewarded.
They call me the broker. I guess I had another name once.
22k, very good.
They're good for
We should have
giving you a
demolished
raise.
this a long time ago.
Well, that's not my game. My game would be business. Which business? Hey, what have you got?
So as soon as this ship docks, we should make all the money that we need to move on to the next era. Exciting stuff. Let's go into ×1 speed.
Well, we have thoroughly destabilized what remains of the Allies and the Axis. A new era dawns. But I fear the sky is not Tropican blue.
You see, Presidente, the Soviet Union, despite sustaining horrific losses, is simply too big to lay down. Lay down. And when we removed the other superpowers, we may have created an even darker future for Tropico. Was this our reddest hour? Cool.
The wars are over, Presidente. I would kiss you if it was not treason to do so.
Cold War. Nice. Surely everything will go better now that the heat of the battlefield dies down and the world begins to cool. Surely it cannot get too cold. The sun shines upon the promise of the future, and the planet is unquestionably safe.
The world says, Viva Tropico, as El Presidente wins the war.
So because we're not going to have like crazy high service qualities on our medical buildings, just our clinics, we want to try and control pollution as much as possible. So we're going to go with 0 emissions, even though it's going to decrease the efficiency of Industrial buildings, that doesn't matter because, you know, everything's going to be cheap and inefficient anyways. So just a little bit less efficiency is fine. Industrialist standing is decreased by 10, so we'll just try and steer away from the industrialist population, industrialist faction. We should research religion and state. We'll make a theocracy, which will increase religious faction standing by 10. That'll be really good. Labor policy, we could probably do a life's work just so no one ever, what's it called? No one ever retires. Like, people will just work their entire lives. That's good. Zero emissions. Separation of powers. We'll do true separation. A 5-point boost to global liberty is fine. And we're not going to be, like, doing crazy stuff to the population anyways. So true separation's good enough.
President, my comrades and I have heard that the communists now rule the world. I feel guilty to be surprised, but I am.
I feel guilty to be surprised, but I am. That's a funny line. With your permission, I will create a newspaper to spread the good news to all of our new comrades. The Red Star can prepare the way for the Commissar, who is the most equal member of the party, the most equal member, and who will surely arrive soon to judge Tropico's communist credentials. Perfect, so all we need to do is simply build one more newspaper. And this is fine because we were planning on building a new one anyways, at some point. Let's put this one here, let's just quick build it, get this mission cruising. And then all we gotta do is change this to Red Star.
Some say that the Red Star newspaper prints only bald-faced communist propaganda. How ridiculous. There is also a small crossword.
Anyway, we must work hard to show red faces when the Commissar arrives. The man's career is already legendary, for nobody has moved sideways in equality so quickly before. Okay.
It is time to create the perfect communist utopia, Presidente. I know that, like me, you have dreamed of a time when all are equal. Well, mostly equal.
With your permission, I wish to encourage in every way the people of Tropico to embrace glorious communism. See, I have a manifesto. I've been writing this since I was a little comrade, sharing Papa's knee with my 22 brothers and sisters. Nice. So we need a childhood museum, a mausoleum, and have strong and diehard supporters of communism. So with this one, we're actually going to change this to the word. So we start getting people moved over towards the religious faction. So that's fine. Let's see. Childhood museum. Let's go ahead and pick it up, I suppose. We can put it here. And then we need a mausoleum. This is really expensive, so we're going to need electricity as well. Oh, and you know what? We actually have access to tenements now. So as we're needing more and more housing, we'll start replacing many of our homes with those.
A new tax scheme allowing citizens to pay extra for preferential treatment during routine search and seizure actions. Sign up today.
And ideally, like here, you know, 1,200 cigars, kind of expensive, but we'll get our return upon the completion of that, return on investment. So we'll pick that up. Let's finish up the childhood museum, and then let's see what else do we need. Just need to wait for the, or you know what, for now, let's just change both of these to Red Star. So that means that every single house where everyone's living is affected twice by, or what's it called? Let's see, plantation, fisherman's wharf, logging camp. There's no reason for them to be homeless, but sometimes they are. Special citizens, we have 2 criminals. We need to arrest these people. They are breaking the system. They're well off. And they shouldn't be. Decrease the budget on those, decrease the budget on these. Go back through, decrease the budget on literally everything. Clinic, criminal, circus workers. Let's decrease the budget down to there. Teamster's office? Which Teamster's office do you work for, buddy? Let's go with the lowest budget, loose load limit. What are you working at? A ranch, and his wife must be a criminal. That's literally like the only explanation. But that's fine. So, some doctors and criminals. These, like one of these two is a criminal, and then this doctor, he doesn't have a wife, and then this doctor doesn't have a wife either. Special citizens, we have 2 criminals. One of them's poor though, that's fine. Yeah, things are looking up. Let's go ahead and unpause the customs office, I guess. And let's go through and look at whatever else we can build here. Fast food joints, nightclubs, library, radio station. We could do a radio station. That could be a good idea. Not only is this another propaganda building, but of course we can use it to increase the happiness of all of our entertainment buildings. So that could be good. But we'll leave it for the time being. Let's see what else. We need the mausoleum. Really expensive building. And we need electricity. So before we do all of that, right, it's probably in our best interest to focus on getting the population really propped up for success. That is probably what's going to work best. Why is this so low? 47% efficiency is pretty bad. I kind of have a feeling, let's check out soil degradation. Yeah, one of these wasn't on the proper work mode for a while. So that really sucks, but what we can do is simply go through and set up just one manure spreader, and this will get all of the soil quality to come back, so that'll be good. Let's go second highest budget, and we'll get nasal clamps for him. So there's that. Let's go and see if there's any other like negative soil quality, like high soil degraded spots. Degraded. Wow. We don't need 2, honestly. Just need 1.
What a pleasure to finally meet you. Rumors suggest that you have been my ally for some time. Though, who believes rumors?
Your country is small, but it has the potential for equality. A few changes will be required, and then a few more. Instructions will be issued by trusted comrades of the party. I will remind you that justice plus obedience equals the party. The party is correct. Okay.
Good morning, Presidente. Today's code is... Oh, we no longer have need of spy codes. So sad, but the party is correct.
Comrade Kuznetsov. I shall liaise with your local comrades to work towards global justice as per the needs of the party. The party also wishes for modernization, so please demolish these outdated buildings. Modernity plus compliance equals the party. Or so it says here. Demolish our ministry, demolish our customs office. Okay. 1 research lab for free, wow. Let's demolish the customs office, I guess.
Very good, Comrade Presidente. You will find that if you please the party, your new status will please you.
To further enhance justice in Tropico, we wish to appoint Marco Moreno as your local party representative. He is one of the most equal young men I have ever met, distinguishing himself in no way whatsoever. In another life, he would have made a wonderful spy.
Presidente, I have been empowered by the party to respectfully continue to do as I always have. The party is always correct.
It seems that things are going well so far, and look, we have been requested by the party to remove all religious buildings from Tropico. People cannot have justice if some are closer to God than others, and so everyone must be far away from God. Reality minus false hope equals the party. Okay, so this changes things. We can't go with the religious faction if... Like, that's fine. Ooh, 6,666 Swiss money, that's kind of crazy. That's fine though, that's totally fine. All we need to do is change this to... Oh, well, we're not even moving people towards that faction anyways. So we're going to start pushing everyone towards the militarist faction instead. So this means that it's probably not a good idea to do... where was it? The right to arms. The reason I was going to do this was to get liberty to go up, but we can find other ways to do that. And instead, let's start doing militaristic things, maybe like military police. Each military building reduces crime, just like police stations. Employees of military buildings arrest criminals, increases the liberty penalty, which kind of sucks. Increases militarist standing by 10, increases conservative standing by 5. Okay. So that'll give us some militaristic standing, martial law. I'm not sure if like many people know this, but martial law is like one of the most intense edicts in the entire game. If you read the first sentence there, cancels scheduled elections and prevents elections while active, which is insane. So like if you hate being voted out of office, like here we have an election day in 16 months. If we turn on martial law, it would just turn off the election. And then as long as martial law is active, we'll never have elections. So total dictator. Decreases liberty by 35, which is the biggest hit to liberty I think you can do in the game. Increases the chances of citizens becoming rebels by 15%, so a lot more rebels. Decreases all tourist ratings by 30, increases militarist standing by 15, and then it decreases the standing with all other factions by 15, which is a really big hit. But that's fine. Or, well, we're probably not going to do that, but yeah. Social Security, so we can either make it to where everyone, like, there is no retirement age, everyone just works until they inevitably die someday, or we can turn on Social Security, which means that if they do retire, then everyone will be at least poor, so everyone will still be able to afford everything on the island, which is pretty nice. Could work. Could be a good idea. So either Social Security or turn off retirement age, one of those two. With the Childhood Museum, let's see here, we need to research it. And this gives all sorts of really interesting bonuses. You can't find these bonuses anywhere else in the game. So let's go through and read some of them. Increases, or well, Golden Spoon, increases the approval of visiting citizens, increases efficiency of all luxury entertainment buildings. So Golden Spoon, not for us because we don't have any luxury entertainment buildings. Religious fostering, increases the approval of visiting citizens, increases the efficiency of all public service buildings by 5%. That's a really, really good one. Public services. This includes our clinics. One of the only ways to give a bonus to the efficiency of our clinics. Pinnacle, the working class, increases efficiency of all plantations and mines by 5%. Could be really good. Ex-KGB colonel, increases approval of all visiting citizens, increases efficiency of all barracks, army bases, and the commando garrison, and the spy academy by 5%. Eastern Bloc and Russia have a constant relation bonus of 15 on base efficiency. Could be pretty good. Raised by llamas, increases the approval of visiting citizens, increases the efficiency of all ranches and factory ranches by 5%. Kind of whatever. Oh wow, that's funny. Western powers, Eastern Bloc, USA, Europe, China, Russia, and the Middle East. So everyone have a constant relation penalty of 15 on base efficiency, but increases environmentalist standing by 15 at least. Like, okay. Self-made entrepreneur, efficiency of all industrial buildings, kind of whatever. We don't really care about the efficiency of them too much. Just anything that the industry buildings makes is good enough, considering the fact that the island's so cheap to maintain. Western powers and USA have a constant relation bonus of 15 on base efficiency. Eastern Bloc Middle East have a constant relation penalty of 7 on base efficiency. Industrialists have a constant standing of plus 15. So I'm either thinking religious fostering or ex-KGB colonel. We could also do this one. Ooh, yeah, Pinnacle of the working class increases the approval visiting citizen. Eastern Bloc China, plantations and mines. And then the communists have a 15 point bonus. So let's do the Pinnacle of the working class. Very good. Cool. That is all looking good to me. So let's go and check out the communist standing. As you can see, it's up to 98. So we just need more and more people to slowly get pushed into this faction and we'll be looking good.
The commissar of the party has invited me to help improve the lives of the comrades, Presidente. It is my dream come true. We must start with jobs.
The secret of pleasing the workers, you see, is simply to give them work. If we create good jobs, we will attract new comrades to progress our communist paradise. If everyone does their part and nobody tries to cheat, the future is assured. Have an average job happiness of 55. You need to provide more suitable jobs to decrease unemployment rate. Higher budgets will usually increase the job quality, which defines the job happiness of the workers. So we're going to accept it, but that's one that we're not going to do, right? Because we want everything to be cheap. So we can't go through and increase the budgets and give everyone lots of money. And on top of that, we want to keep everyone in the poor class. We only have 5 people that are above that. And 2 of them are doctors, 3 of them are doctors, and 1 of them is a criminal. And so their spouse gets to reap the benefits of that as well. So there is that. Alrighty. And so this episode is getting very close to the maximum length that I want to go with for these episodes and stuff. So what I'm going to do is quickly throw down a bunch of arcs, and we'll go ahead and end this episode here. Kind of like the way that looks. Let's go ahead and do, I suppose, this one 3 times, and then that one there. This looks like a 2x4 or 3x4. Okay. So we can do 2 2x2s. What about something like this? What if we do this one here, this one there, that looks kind of cool. And then we have, what is this, a 3x3, I think? Yes. Let's just do something like that. Alrighty, good enough for now. Either way, I really hope you guys enjoyed this episode. If you did, if you want to follow along with the rest of the series, then be sure to leave a like and subscribe. We're going to be cruising through all the various missions, and in this episode we put together a pretty nice little island. In the next episode, of course, we're going to be probably focusing mainly on industry. So producing lots of goods and then industrializing all of that, setting up some more bus stations, more mines, handful more Teamsters offices, getting all of the industry as much as we possibly can. And so that way we're making enough money to kind of have like all the freedom to build what we want. And then once we have all the money, then we'll start replacing all of the bunkhouses with tenements, electrifying all of those, get the mausoleum up and running, just all sorts of really nice and neat things. But either way, I really hope you guys enjoyed. Peace.